What's good, YouTube? It's Nas, and we back with another video. Rolled to 300 subscribers, of course. And in today's video, I saw some shit where Patrick Beverley was talking, or I saw a quote from him on Twitter saying, Blake Griffin's not a Hall of Famer. Like, maybe if I would have dunked more, I would have been a Hall of Famer. And Pat Bev cannot talk at all. He was not nowhere near close as good, or was as good as Blake Griffin, peak Blake Griffin, or even at their peaks. Peak for peak? Come on, it's not like Pat Bev is getting his ass clapped. Pause. Wow. He's getting his ass clapped, and he's getting his ass dunked on. That's how much better Blake Griffin is to him. But the real debate is, I really see people arguing this, and I'm surprised. Like, do y'all think Blake Griffin is a Hall of Famer? Because I think based on the Hall of Fame criteria, I think Blake Griffin should get in. But at the same time, like, do y'all think, like, does NBA fans think that Blake Griffin is a Hall of Fame worthy type of player? Because we saw what Blake Griffin was. He was this, when he was on the Clippers, he had his athletic peak. He was dunking on shit. He was hitting acrobatic layups. The mid-range was there. Even though people were going to ignore it, I'm not going to ignore that. Blake Griffin on the Clippers had a mid-range game. And then he went to the Detroit Pistons and he developed an all-around game, which some people, or if you want to call it, Blake Griffin had his best season on it, and not being on the Clippers without his athletic peak, and the injuries really let Blake Griffin down, because jumping at that size and that with that much force and that much power, that's going to force your body to deteriorate, and that's what happened to Blake Griffin, obviously. Well, athletic Blake was a monster, and we're going to look at his stats from all of his seasons, or his prime, because the later part of his career, he became a role player. Let's just get to it. In the 2009-2010 season, he only played 6 games. He averaged 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 1.5 assists. The next season, the 2010-2011 season, he won Rookie of the Year, and he averaged 22.5 points per game, 12 rebounds, and 4 assists. In the 2011-2012 season, he averaged basically 21 points per game, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists. And this was the season where Chris Paul went to town. Obviously, I made a video on the Lob City Clippers, but this is a Blake Griffin video. We're going to talk about how impactful Blake Griffin was. And some may say Blake Griffin was the best player on the Clippers team. Yes, it's not going to be a handful amount of people that will say that, but hey, I'm not going to knock Blake Griffin's impact to that team, bro. Because when Blake was on, the Clippers were rolling, and that's what happened. In the 2012-2013 season, Blake averaged 18 points, 8 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. In the 2013-14 season, Blake Griffin averaged 24 points, 9.5 rebounds, and 4 assists. And I talked about it again in that video where I said the Clippers' injury luck was crazy. Like, him, Blake Griffin, Chris Paul, like, them niggas was just going band for band with injuries, and the luck for the Los Angeles Clippers were just sinking down. Like, they had no luck left for them to obviously win a championship, and it sucks that that team didn't, or those teams didn't win a championship, because obviously they were exciting, they had fun basketball, and you could look up their highlights on YouTube and you're gonna be watching that shit, you're gonna be like, oh my god, they were nice, bro. Like, damn, I wish they would have got a chip. That's how you gonna watch that game, like, or that's how you gonna watch those highlights. But in the next season, in the 2014-15 season, he averaged 22 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, and 5.5 assists. And for the early part of his career, he was really durable. Like, he was playing over 80 games. Like, his first season, or after injury, he played 82, 66, 80, 80, 67. And then it started to go downhill, and that's when the injuries during the regular season started. He was getting injured during the postseason, but it wasn't really seen till the regular season, when in the 2015-2016 season, he only played 35 games, and he averaged 21.5 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, and 5 assists. In the 2016-17 season, he averaged 21.5 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. He played 61 games actually. And the next season will be Blake Griffin's last season on the Los Angeles Clippers, in the 2017-2018 season, where he averaged 22.5 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 5.5 assists. And I think, personally, if he ever gets on good terms with Steve Ballmer, like, that 32 has to go in the rafters. Like, nobody else can wear that number 2 jersey for the Los Angeles Clippers, in my opinion. Blake Griffin made that jersey too legendary for anybody else to wear it. but he was traded to Detroit, where he'd obviously have, or the next season he had his best season, but in the 2017-2018 season, he averaged 20.6.5 rebounds and 6 assists. And the 2018-19 season, where Blake Griffin came back for revenge, he returned to an All-Star game, and he showed why he wasn't washed up goods. And then in 2014, he averaged 24.5 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, and 5.5 assists. And this was really his last season being Blake Griffin, that all-star level player, that superstar level player. That's what Blake Griffin was before this season and before the COVID season, because he got injured again and he sacrificed his knee. I'm not gonna let anybody forget that. He played that 2018 series when the Detroit returned to the playoffs. He played that 2019 series on one knee. He couldn't jump, and that fucked up the rest of his career. Like, he was never the same player, and he couldn't get back to that peak form that he was on Detroit because obviously that injury. But in the 2019-2020 season, he averaged 15.5 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, and 3 assists. In the 2020-2021 season, he averaged 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. In the 2020-2021 season, his last productive season, I would say, he averaged 10 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 2.5 assists. And his accolades, Blake Griffin's accolades, they speak for themselves. He is a 6-time All-Star, All-NBA second-team member 3 times, All-NBA third-team member twice, and he was the Rookie of the Year, All-NBA first team, or Rookie first team, my bad, and Slam Dunk champion. He won College Player of the Year in 2009, and I think his accolades and what he's accomplished in the NBA gets him in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion. But what do y'all think? Do y'all think Blake Griffin is a Hall of Famer? Let me know down below. Subscribe.
Yo, what's good, y'all? If y'all made it to the end of the video, I appreciate y'all so much. We on the road to 300, and yeah, the channel's right here on the right. The last video is on the left, I believe, or the right. One of those two. Click one of them. Help the channel grow. Hit the subscribe button now. I appreciate you.